Hi, I'm Eileen Priya with Glow Energy Healing, and I'm going to show you a pose, a restorative yoga pose that's really, really wonderful for sleep issues and fatigue. So all restorative yoga is great for rejuvenation and fatigue. This one is particularly good because it has so many wonderful restorative qualities. So let's see how we can set this pose up and give our body a nice, relaxing rest. So to set this pose up, we're going to use a couch, some pillows, and some blankets, which are all things that you should have at home and should be really easy to find. The pose is called Viparita Karani, also known as legs up the wall. But today we're going to do it on a couch because you can get the same rejuvenative benefits without that slight feeling of instability that can come from having your legs up the wall. Or if you have really tight hamstrings, the pose can actually be a little uncomfortable even though it's a restorative yoga pose. So this is one that's good for just about everybody. So let's give it a try. To help me, I'm going to have my assistant, who's also my daughter, Isabel. You want to sit down on the floor? And we're going to set this pose up on a couch. So we have a couch here, and then we have some blankets and pillows over here. So could you move over there and I'll just show how we'll set this up right from the beginning. Sure. So yeah, could you sit over there? Thank you. So the first thing we're going to do is we have our couch, and we're going to just place a pillow just about 5 to 6 inches away from the couch. And then she's going to get into the pose. Oh, and actually, we should also have a pillow that is made from a blanket. So this is a really nice soft blanket. And I just have it folded a few times so that it can offer a little support to the head and the neck, but not so much that your neck and head are going to be lifted. I'm just going to guess about where her head might be and put it right about here. And we get to move it around if it's not in the right place. So then she's going to put her hips on the pillow and then lift her legs up on the couch with the knees bent. And then she's just going to lie down, and I'm going to, she's got her head on the pillow. And if you notice, we have the folded side, like the nice round, smooth side of the blanket under her neck. We're going to take the blanket, and you can do this yourself. You just kind of squish it over. And we're going to bunch it up kind of around her head so that her head feels nice and held. We want to feel like we're being held and supported by all of our props in restorative yoga. So if you can see that, it's just making her head feel cradled. And is that comfortable for your neck? Yeah, and if you're doing this yourself, you just take your hands and kind of bunch it around. And then it's always nice to remove any spaces between the body and whatever you're resting on in restorative yoga. So I'm seeing she's got a space here in between the back of her thighs and the couch. So I'm just going to grab, and again, we use whatever we can find for restorative yoga. So I'm just going to grab a couch cushion, and I'm going to place it in between her legs and the couch. And then I want her feet to be a little higher. So I'm going to put this, actually, let's use another couch cushion. And you really want to just take time and say, does this feel comfortable? Each time, when you do, especially when you're setting up the pose for the first time, because the first couple of times you have to fool around with all these props, but then you get to know, like, this is what feels good to me, and you get to just do it again. Now, does that feel comfortable for your legs? Yeah. Yeah, and see, doesn't that feel nicer with this, just this cushioning in between? Yeah. So you guess your body gets to relax more the more it feels supported. And then we've got these spaces. And do your arms feel okay like that, or do you want a little support under there too?
I'd like some support.
You want some support. See, so her arms are just kind of hanging a little bit. So we're going to take these throw pillows right off the couch, and we're going to place them so that she can rest her. See, she's getting sleepy here. She can rest her elbows and her arms. Yeah, how does that feel? And if you see her hand, she's just holding gently the edge of this pillow, and that is very soothing. And if you think of someone holding your hand, that that holding onto the pillow is also really nice and relaxing for the nervous system. So she's pretty happy here, and we're gonna make it even better by placing something over her eyes. This is my favorite eye cover. It's called a Nod Pod. It's got just a little bit of weight, and it's sewn into compartments. So you know how sometimes all of the stuffing goes to one side, and this doesn't do that. So I'm gonna just place that there. And then we're going to take a blanket and place it over her. And this again makes us feel safe. So we're gonna just take the blanket and we're gonna put it all the way over her so it's covering her up. And you wanna put the softest side against your body. And I'm covering her feet up. Now, of course, if you're in a really hot climate and you're feeling hot, you might just wanna use a sheet. And if you're in a cold climate, you might want even more than one pillow. So, okay, so she's in a great pose. You feeling comfortable?
Yes.
Yeah, she can barely answer me because she's so relaxed, which is just what we want. We can enhance this pose a little by using some acupressure points. So one of my favorite acupressure points to use in any restorative pose is to put a heart healing stone such as rose quartz, kunzite, lepidolite, or other stones that have a heart healing effect right here at the center of the chest. There's an acupressure point there called the Sea of Tranquility. And so we're gonna put that just so there's a little bit of weight there, and that's gonna feel great. And then I had another crystal here. Here it is. This is a piece of lithium quartz. And that's a nice one to put on the third eye to help calm the mind. So I'm just gonna put that right here under her little Nod Pod on the smoothest side, right there. And put it back. And these things are just enhancements. You've got a great pose if you don't have any of these things available. But if you do have them available, putting that little bit of extra weight on that acupressure point and up here is gonna just make the pose even more wonderful and rich. So you want to stay in this pose once you have it all set up. You want to stay there at least 20 minutes if possible. It's a great pose to be in for a little longer than that if you have the time. You can do this right before bed. It's also a nice thing to do in place of a nap. Like if you're really tired, but you know that if you take a nap, you might negatively affect your nighttime sleep. This is a great alternative to that. So, even though you would hold the pose for 20 minutes, we're going to show you how to get out of it. Sorry, Isabel. And to get out of it, you want to just gently kind of remove your covers. You do it with your own hands and feet if you're doing it by yourself. And then you can release your hands and arms from the pillows. And then you can bring in first one leg and then the other. And you can just rock back and forth. Yeah, and you might want to grab onto your legs and just hug them into your chest. Yeah, and then we want to take off any crystals and eye covers so that we can see what we're doing and not have them falling all over the place. And then you would just roll over to one side and then push yourself up. Yeah. So just to review, we've got a pillow underneath the hips. We've got a blanket that we made into a pillow so that we can bunch it up and hold the head. And then we have, however many pillows you need to really feel comfortable. And it is worth taking that time to ask yourself, am I comfortable? Is there something else I can do? And then we want to cover up with a blanket and put something over our eyes. And there you have a recipe for wonderful, deep relaxation. I hope you'll try this out. I hope that it helps you if you're having some sleep or fatigue issues. And if you have any questions, you can put them down in the comments or email me through my website. Thank you so much, and thanks for watching. Mm-hmm. Wait. She probably.
Should we stop recording?
Yes.